Good morning from day 21. The sunrise this morning was so beautiful. Of course, I had to get out of my tent to go pee, so it was gorgeous. There was like, I don't know, probably a dozen people camped here last night, and by 7 a.m. everyone's gone. And we're just laying here because we can't check in until like 4 o'clock, so we're not in any rush. Very hungry, and there's apparently the spring 3 miles ahead is not working, so we have another 7 miles without water. And I'm very thirsty. I kept waking up and like just wanting to chug my water, but I have like this much water to go 7 miles today, so yeah. It was mighty windy last night, but I had some earplugs, so it was super, super peaceful. Not too cold either. It was like the perfect temperature, I think. But we're ready for a shower and laundry and some food. Looks like there's some good restaurants in Wrightwood, so we're excited. Alright, so we are at Inspiration Point, Highway 2. We are trying to hitch into Wrightwood. This is the first car that's come by in like 15 minutes. Oh yeah. Hell yeah! Okay, and as I was going to say that there had been no cars driving by on Highway 2, a lovely gentleman named Stu had been hiking in the morning and easily picked us up. So the first car we saw picked us up. And so now we're at the Evergreen Cafe. I'm so thirsty. I just want drinks and drinks and drinks and drinks. So we're gonna guzzle some drinks, go to the post office, get my new shoes, and do some resupply, and just try to lounge around for the day because tomorrow looks like a pretty gnarly climb up Mount Baden Powell. So our goal today is hydrate, rest. My left calf kind of pulled yesterday during that climb, so I'm gonna try to rest it today and do some good stretching today. But yeah, so we're very happy that we will be able to drink water here in just a few minutes. I've never been so thirsty in my entire life. Don't do that. Alright, so in Wrightwood we have already eaten at the Evergreen Cafe. Got my shoes from the post office. Stopped in at Mountain Hardware, bought some meals, and resupplied at the Jensen Foods. And now we are headed over to our room at the cabins, and we can hopefully shower and do some laundry and relax until Corey wants some margaritas, so we're gonna go to Mexico Lindo, which is right next to our cabin, for some margaritas later tonight. But first on the agenda is get hydrated for tomorrow and the Appalachian Trail style climb. 4 miles and like some umpteen feet. But yeah, we're happy to be in town. Lots of hikers here, and everyone here is very receptive, very, very friendly. Good morning,
Julia.
Good morning, Julia. It is 7:15 in the morning. It is day 22. We are in Wrightwood, and we are having some bagels from the cafe because it's the only thing open. And then we're getting a ride from some wonderful trail angels back to the trail at about 8:30. So we have the climb up Mount Baden Powell today. And from what we've read, it's like a slug of 10 miles of snow. So I'm just trying to get mentally prepared because snow is my nemesis. And it is a nemesis of like doing miles in a decent pace. So we're hoping that maybe it melted off quite a lot. I don't know what we're expecting, but we're just gonna eat some bagels and then get a ride back to Highway 2, the trail crossing, because apparently that road is closed. So the fact that we got a hitch yesterday was just astronomical because there's no traffic because the road is closed. So luckily there's some amazing trail angels in town and they're willing to give us a ride. All right, so we have 8.5 miles to the top of Mount Baden Powell. First, looks like first 4 is kind of cruisy, and then the last 4 is straight up AT style. So yeah, got heavy packs. We're packing out a little bit more water because, you know, almost died yesterday. Maybe not almost died, but it was very close to like a legitimate dehydrative situation. But yeah, and there's really no far out comments about whether or not it's still super snowy on top of the Mount Baden Powell, but we're going to assume so. So I heard it's like a 10-mile snow fest. But we're hoping there have been no updates for the last week as to whether or not it's still snowy. So we will be the update and keeping you posted on what the snow sitch looks like up there. I don't know, this could be it maybe, but it doesn't look like there's snow. I don't know. But I guess we'll find out. Corey, we're only 2,277 miles from Canada. What do you think?
Easy peasy.
No problem, Boblem.
No problemo.
Might not seem like a lot, but 373 miles, that's like a pretty decent chunk. So I guess we'll just keep going. Maybe. Okay, 4.5 miles straight up. Here we go. Okay, so we just hopped over to Lamel Spring, got some water, and we're ready to finish the last 2.2 of this climb. So far there's been about, I would say, in the last mile we've, had to come across some like slushy snow on some steeper hills, so we've just put on our micro spikes, but nothing super sketchy yet or anything bad yet. And it's a beautiful day, but a lot of runoff on the trail because the snow is melting really quickly, so that's good. So the red line is gone, and these are the only footprints leading up aside from some ski tracks. So I guess we're just scrambling straight up the last half mile. A trail runner told us that this tree is 1,500 years old, and it's literally just like clinging onto the edge of the mountain. Looks like one strong wind it could blow away, but it's really cool. Alright, after what seems like it took forever, like 3 hours, we've made it to the summit of Mount Baden Powell. And the red line was kaputs for the last 1.5 miles at least. And we were just literally following all of like the conglomeration of footprints just going straight up. So it was almost easier because you just went straight up. And for some reason it was easier to kind of like go through that. Oh look, LA! Look, you can see the skyline. You can't, but I can. But yeah, I was bumming pretty hard. I am not a big fan of the snow, as you guys know, but we made it, and now we can dry out our feet a little bit. And I think we only have 8 miles to camp, which it looks like it's going to be all snow from what we've read on the far out. So we'll just get as far as we can today. But yeah, we made it. Hey Corey, what happened to your trekking pole?
It lost at sea, and by sea I mean in the snow on Baden Powell.
And you didn't even realize it till it was too late.
It's buried somewhere.
Today was somewhat grueling. We did only 14 and like a half miles. Up and over Mount Baden Powell. It was just, as you've seen, it was a lot of snow. It was just very slow going, and we're both very cold. Our feet started getting really cold towards the second half of the day, just being soaking wet, and it was hot in the sun, but now it's like getting cold really quickly. So we're just gonna take it easy today and rest up, and hopefully tomorrow we can go a little faster. But yeah, it was definitely beautiful, but the snow is it just does a number on your ankles and your feet. So we're happy to be in our tent and like fed, and our stuff is in the bear box, and like it's 6 o'clock. So we are ready to just kind of snuggle up and stay warm and get some good sleep. So good night.